the Art of Frosting. I'm Liz Larson, here with some cake decorating basics and some advanced stuff. Thanks to all our wonderful community on Facebook at the Art of Frosting. So many people have asked for some more advanced flowers. The decorators there are getting amazing with the work that they're sharing there, and they're wanting more and more advanced flowers. So today, thanks to Lavender and Stephanie for their regular requests for this flower, I'm going to be showing Ranunculus. Ranunculus is a terrible name for a flower. I hate the name, but it is really a gorgeous flower and it's starting to be really popular in advertising, in bridal and floral designs, as well as on cakes. So today I'm going to show you how to make Ranunculus on a stick. Let's get started. Oh wait, I have some really exciting news to share with you. Just a little piece of business and then I promise we'll get started. We have a couple of things. One is a contest on Facebook at the Art of Frosting. It's a dogwood cake contest. So on Facebook, I've attached the link to the dogwood video and I'll also attach it at the end of this video and in the description section for the dogwood video where I show how to make. Message me personally on Facebook at the Art of Frosting with your photo of your cake before May 1st. On May 1st, I'll post them all on the main page, and then everyone in the community gets to vote. Whoever gets the most likes on their cake will get a piece of my original jewelry. So many of you asked about it and asked where you can get it. Well, here's a way you can get a piece directly from me. One more thing about the jewelry. Since so many of you have asked, I have put a few pieces on Etsy. It's at The Woodshop TV on Etsy. Look up The Woodshop TV. It's in conjunction with our sister channel, the Woodshop channel, the Woodshop TV channel, where Carl Jacobson has some of his pieces that he turns beautiful pieces with Fordite, and my pieces will be there as well. The Woodshop TV, I'll also put that in the description section. Now let's really get started. So often you guys ask me the question, what specifically did I use for tips? Well, a better question is, what can you use for tips? So these are some of the things that I used while trying out this Ranuncula design. First, you're going to need some marshmallows and or some cake pop balls, some little ones about 1 inch wide and smaller. You can use either or of these. I'm using my wooden skewers. These are not dirty, they are worn well with food coloring. I like them seasoned. And I'm using a number 124, a number 127 rose tips, a number 104. We're probably going to use a number 4 writing tip. You can use any size leaf tip that you want. And I'm also going to reuse this one that we have used quite a bit recently. It's a number 402. It's a very large mum tip. So any combination of these will work. And you can see I've also got a coupler here. You're going to need a good pair of scissors. And that's about it. I want to start with the marshmallow technique. So I tried this multiple different ways, and I found that I liked this one the best to start with. That'll make sense here in a minute. So I just cut a marshmallow in half. Now this is a regular size marshmallow. You really can use minis. I would use a whole one. Or you can use the extra large ones. It depends on how large you want your flower. Now these end up being quite large flowers, so I found that this one worked the best. You want to stick it all the way onto the stick where you can actually feel the point through, so it's very secure on your skewer. You could also do this on a straw as well. You want to use strong straws though because they end up heavy. So the other thing I found about Ranunculus is they're a very simple flower, but they're really varied. There's so many ways that you can do them. You can do them closed, partially open. But the main thing is that the Ranuncula is a very flat flower. It's almost inverted, and that's the way to make it look correct, is so that it's almost inverted, meaning that the center is almost lower than the outer. So another thing I found that is a lot of the Ranunculus have a little bit of green in the center, a few green petals or yellow, and even a little bit of a black center when they're more open. So I'm going to show you how to get that little bit of green. I just have my 104 with a coupler here, and I have a very yellowed green. And you can just see I'm starting just to turn lightly, just a little center, and I'm right on top of my marshmallow here. So I just want a little bit, and then I'm going to bring in my really peach here, number 124. And what I want is I want these to be a little taller. So I'm actually going to start on the outside. And these are just straight petals. Just a squeeze, a straight and release. And you kind of want to build up a little bit here so that that section is inverted. Now we're just going to get bigger and bigger with our straight petals. Around and around. Now you want to adjust just slightly inward, not outward at first. And just keep going around and around, keeping very tight to the last petals. You can see that ranunculus just have what looks like hundreds and hundreds of petals. Now we're getting bigger and we're starting to move down. You can see with every petal I turn slightly. This is getting to be a really big flower. You're going to have to really be careful not to lose the whole thing, and you're just going along the back. You can see that they're not really showing at this point, and they are more of a support, but that is basically your ranuncula. See hundreds and hundreds of flowers, and it's pretty flat. I'm just going to take my scissors up the back, pull down slowly. Now this is a little more difficult than getting your regular flower off because the marshmallow is a little bit sticky, so you're just going to take them off. Now, the point of doing them on the skewer is you can place them now anywhere you want. See the mobility I have? I'm going to actually place this one right on the edge of the pan. I want to give you another angle of this if I can, and another way to do it. I'm just going to put a little bit of black in the center, just a tiny bit like stamen. And I'll tell you the best way to get black is just to stripe the outside of the bag. Fill it with your little bit of white and then mix that around. You really get the strongest color. But you just want a little. I'm going to come back in with my yellow, my slightly yellow, and with a touch of green in it. And I'm going to come right in here, and I want to come around this, but I want to come over it. See how I'm kind of making a little bit of a, almost a tint over it? You just want that black to peek through in the center. And then I'm just going to begin again, just around and around and around. Now, this time I'm going to do more angling inward in this center, because another hallmark of ranuncula, as well as peonies, is they kind of have this ball center. They start as a ball. Kind of just get your ball done like that, really kind of tight. And then you can begin to angle out a little bit more. Now this is especially pretty, this yellow with just a touch of green in it. Really is a hallmark of ranuncula too. The yellow flowers can have that hint of green, which I think is really pretty and gardeny. And there you go, there's one with a little bit of black in it. Now I want to show you how to use a cake pop ball. You can see I've just put it on the end of the stick here. These are chilled. I like to work with them chilled a little better. And you want to just start again in your middle. And you don't want to go all the way around like a rose. You want to do a half and then another half. You can see how they're just... Now I want these really tight because this is kind of going to be that unopened ranuncula. So just keep spinning it around here. Now, here is the thing about ranunculus that are a ball. You almost cannot get that round shape. So I'm going to come in here with my mum tip that we talked about, that number 402. I'm just going to use the roundness of that to come up the back and over. See how it really kind of sucks right in there? And I'm just coming up the back and letting the top edge be the petal. And you can do that as many times as you want. But the ranuncula does tend to come from the bottom up, and that outside tip, the outside petal is bigger. So there's a tight one. You can continue to add petals, like I said, if you wish, but that's a way to kind of get that ball shape. So that's it. Those are our ranunculus. I think they're a lot of fun, and you can do these in pretty much any color of the rainbow. They're so versatile. We're going to do a little more with this In the upcoming video, we're going to make a Mother's Day hat using ranunculus and using a lot of colors. And so I'll show you some great ways to display them on your cake. As always, you can find me at The Art of Frosting on Facebook. Please join us there. So many great artists are showing their work there, and you get in on that contest, so it's a lot of fun. You can find me at www.theartoffrosting.blogspot.com, or just click on the blog icon here on this channel, where you can find a whole body of my work. The videos are attached there with some descriptions of the videos and some pictures of some other things that there aren't videos of. So that's a fun place to go to. You can now find me at Etsy at The Wood Shop TV, where you can find some of my jewelry now. So lots of ways you can get in touch with me. So I'll talk to you all again soon. Look forward to that Mother's Day hat cake.